What's going on, brothers? It's time to tell you the name. Got another video for you. It's written title, All We Live, Part 74. Here goes. So, I was watching Red over at Chow Time's channel, and as it turns out, more and more of these black celebrities and even these podcasters are now speaking up and telling these domestic reptiles, these hoochies, that they are delusional. They're telling them they're delusional. And it's funny how more of them are speaking up, especially as we take our first steps into summer, broke our summer, which means that these hoochies and domestic reptiles are going to continue doing what they do best, and it's wreaking havoc. Except because it's warmer, the volume for the havoc will be turned up. And this is exactly why brothers in the sphere, brothers like MBD, brothers like myself, brothers like MOT, and brothers who still have their dignity intact are telling young men worth their salt and their kinsmen to stay the hell away from these domestic reptiles. You see, they're crashing out, but what they're doing now is they're trying to soil our image as they go down. That's what they're doing. So, there was a video where Michael Jai White was talking about how he went to a house party and how all these hoochies were talking about what they want out of men, but he basically asked this hoochie the same question that KS asked most of these broke single mothers and hoochies. And you know what that question is? He asked that question, and he was being sincere in his question. And to this very day, none of these hoochies, none of these domestic reptiles can answer that question. What do you bring to the table? None of them can answer that question. So, the good news is, there's a shift. There's a shift. More brothers are waking up, where brothers are just earning their bread, striving lawfully, and keeping away from these domestic reptiles. And for you brothers who've done so, take a bow. Take a bow. Brother AC has been putting in the work. I've been putting in the work. And for you brothers out there who have been listening, that's great. Keep it going. This message goes as far as you brothers can support it. It goes as far as you brothers can support it. So, you see these videos of these hoochies, domestic reptiles, turning routine traffic stops into felonies. You hear news reports of them pointing firearms at fast food workers. And you hear news reports where on Carnival cruise ships, if you get caught twerking, it's a $500 fine. And this right here is proof positive that Western civilization and these states are just sick to death of these domestic reptiles and these hoochies' bad behavior. They're getting sick of it. And as time goes on, they're going to continue to crack down on it. And of course, as they crack down on this bad behavior, the hyenas and the cream team will be there trying to stick up for them and trying to funnel all of these domestic reptiles back to you. You see, they can't funnel them to me because I'm already gone. You see this badass scenery right here? You won't find this badass scenery in those ghetto war zones, in those Section 8 pigsties. You won't find that there. I'm already gone. And I know there are brothers out there who share the same mindset as I do. Your self-preservation comes first. Your self-preservation comes first. You know, Morocco TV did a video where these domestic reptiles and one hoochie was basically saying, yes, they know what men want, but they are not going to give it to them. And he basically said, you know what? I'm tired of repeating myself. That's what he said. He's tired of repeating himself. I'm tired of repeating myself. Brothers worth their salt. The productive half of us are tired of repeating ourselves. That's why we've backed off. And you know it's bad when even those bishops are saying, you know what, let them go. Even they're saying, let them go. And to drive home what he was talking about the scripture in Sirach. You know the one. Deal not with a harlot, lest she fall into her snares. Don't deal with them. Because right now they're full of greed, envy, murder, and chaos is their element. They're crashing out, but they're trying to pull us down with them. And I'm not going. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't keep company with hoochies, domestic reptiles. And I don't hang around trash bags, harlots. I don't hang around them. And the funny thing about that is, when I'm out in public, when I'm at a public setting, when I'm at my local barcade, they sense that. They can sense that. You brothers out there who are worth your salt, continue to strive lawfully, continue to steer clear of these domestic reptiles, continue to keep your resources and your bread away from these hoochies. Because they're going to continue in their madness. They're going to continue to setting up brothers to be robbed and deleted. And they're going to continue to try to pull you down with them. That's what they're going to continue to do. I mean, it's actually gotten so bad that even Kendra G is calling these women delusional. Yeah. That hoochie podcaster, even she is saying these women are delusional. It's that bad. But you want to know what's really sad about the whole thing? Despite how terrible their behavior is, despite the damage and death and destruction they're doing to their children, the machinery of the state still lets them off the hook. You want to know why they're doing that? Because they're hoping that these hoochies, domestic reptiles, will pull you down with them. That's what they're hoping. That's why it's of the utmost importance you stay away from them. Let them crash out by themselves. Let them go to the grave by themselves. The same goes for the domestic reptiles and the hoochies who have a problem with Dennis Sperling and want him gone. I'm talking about the hoochie who went to his comment section and literally said that he hates himself. And he clapped back, he returned fire at her, and pretty much said what I've been saying for years. If these brothers hate themselves so much, then why aren't these brothers bleaching their skin? You don't see these brothers out here getting sick and dying of chemical poisoning from skin bleach. You don't see them giving themselves liver damage or dying from bacterial infections and complications from BBLs. You do not see these brothers out here getting busted for credit card fraud because they went on a Carnival cruise ship with a stolen credit card. You don't see that. You don't see these brothers, you don't see most of them getting busted for PPP loan fraud. You don't see the productive half out here basing up in professional athletes' faces saying they can kick their ass. I'm talking about the hoochie who literally sat down with Shaquille O'Neal and said she could beat his ass. You're not seeing us do that. We're not doing that. They're gone, brothers. They are gone. And my advice to you has not changed. Leave them. You hear? Leave them. Let them crash out and faceplant on their own. Your survival comes first. Your survival comes first. Take heed, brothers. Take heed. Islam McTell. That's all I got for you. Let a badass share in the commentary if you subscribe. For you brothers out there who donate, you can visit my channel. You can find my Cash App there. And for those of you brothers who have got your degrees and got certified and you're enjoying your summer, more power to you. Stay on the straight and narrow and keep your resources away from these hoochies. Islam McTell. Go your own way, live your own way. As for these hoochies, these domestic reptiles, these hyenas, Pookie's, Ray Rays, and 12-gauge Mike, give them nothing. This has been SYSBM PSA. More commerce tight. See you soon.